Yesterday, my husband and I went on a little thrifting adventure. It was his birthday, and we were actually going to get him a bunch of clothes because we head to our church camp and we're there for almost 2 weeks, and he doesn't have enough clothes to get him through. So he usually doubles shorts, like wears them twice as long as they don't get dirty. And then, but he didn't have enough shirts either, but he also just doesn't really have enough shorts. So that was kind of our goal for the day, was out looking for stuff for him. And he did get a whole wardrobe, so I will insert some pictures right here as I'm talking. So he was really happy with what he found, and we still want to get some more t-shirts for him before we go, but you guys actually will be seeing this way after camp. So this will be, I'm speaking about future events that are going to be in the past by the time you see this. But I also ended up finding some really great things, and you will notice that most of them are for cooler weather because I have plenty of stuff for summer now. So, and summer really is so short here in Michigan that you don't need a ton of stuff. And so, I am going to now be focusing more on kind of rebuilding my fall and winter wardrobe, which takes up much more of the year for, you know, just having that type of a wardrobe that I can mix and match around, because I have to use those pieces so much longer. So I like to have more of those things. And so I am already keeping an eye out, even though it's out of season right now. That's the time to really look for things, is out of season, because then things aren't picked over, because but a lot of people are not looking for things for cold weather when it's hot out. So just a little tip there for you. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you the things I got. The first place we went to was the Salvation Army. And I recorded as we were heading in, but then it was so busy in there. I mean, so busy. There was no way I was recording anything. Just other people might not want to be in your videos, and there was no way I could like blur out faces of how many people there were. And then we went to a St. Vincent de Paul, and we got some really good things there that I'm excited to show you. And then actually went back to the same Salvation Army because there were some things that I hadn't looked at, and he's like, we've got time, let's just go back. So that's what we did. So I'm gonna quit rambling and just go ahead and show you these things. And so I have got right here next to me, I've got a towel on my bed with the clothes on top of it because they aren't washed yet, because I wanted the tags on them to be able to tell you prices, and I don't want clothes from a thrift store on my clean bed, you know? But so let's first get into this. This is just kind of kitschy and cute. It is this little like mustard yellow, which is one of my favorite colors to wear. Well, it's kind of similar. I mean, it's not the same shade, but I love wearing yellows. And this is actually the brand SR by Sweet Rain. Okay, I've had things from Sweet Rain before, I think. This was $3.99, and I just loved the little pocket on it. I loved just the little cat faces. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed it. And I'm like, this is a great piece to be able to wear for the warmer months, but also be able to layer under things for the cooler months. Okay, this next shirt, I actually picked up in the men's section, and it's orange. It says, I loved the color is what caught my eye on the rack, but then when I read what it says, if you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. And that is a quote by Desmond Tutu. And I ended up looking up who he was, because I'm like, I want to know who this person is and, you know, what they were standing for. And he was from South Africa. He was a bishop and an archbishop over there, and he stood up for injustice, and he got a Nobel Peace Prize for it. So he was somebody who really fought for injustice. And when I read this, it just made me think about when you are seeing things as small as just in your everyday life, when you see even a small injustice being done to someone and you don't speak up, you are not helping the situation. You're allowing this person to be oppressed. And so to say you're taking the side of the oppressor, think about if you were in that situation and someone was treating you terrible, and you're in a public place and other people were witnessing it and nobody said anything. How would you view those people who didn't say anything? You probably wouldn't think much more of them than of the person who is saying these things or doing these things to you, because you're thinking, if they're not willing to stand up for me, they must think this is okay too. And so I just thought that was a really you know, something to think about and be mindful of in your everyday life. It's not just the huge issues, it's the small ones too. And that's kind of where things can start. It feels overwhelming to think of, how can I make a change in something big? Well, you can start by making changes in something small. So that was why I chose this shirt. And so I will happily wear it, and I love the color. So this was, obviously it was made by someone. This is canvas, Bella canvas. So it looks like someone just did like a screen print kind of thing on there. Maybe it was even with a Cricut. But this was $1.99, but green tags were half off. So I only paid $1 for the shirt. So I am very happy to have it. Now this, when I saw these colors of this blazer, I was like, heck yes, because I plan to be wearing some blazers in the fall and winter. So I loved, I'll hold it up close. It's like kind of like a houndstooth, a little bit plaid, and the colors are like a burgundy and forest green and black and like a gold color and white, and it's just, I love the colors. And then of course the inside is lined purple. This is Jaclyn Smith Classics, and this was $5.99, but I thought $6 for this blazer because it is a nice heavy warm blazer. I like the buttons on it, and I just think it is really nice. It's just plain in the back. It does have pockets on the front, and it's got those same buttons, just a little bigger down the front. And I am excited to style this up for winter. And I, a lot of times, don't like having to wear a big winter coat when I'm going places, because typically, like, you're warm in the car and you just need to get into the place that you're going to, and then you don't want to have this big bulky coat. So I love the idea of having blazers and stuff to be able to layer with that aren't big and bulky, and they look cute, but they keep you warm. And then this is from Express. This was $3.99, and it is just a black vest that I'm like, this will be so great for layering over top of all sorts of things, wearing it open, wearing it closed, whatever you want to do, wearing it. I'm picturing it with like a long sleeve shirt and like a scarf, you know, just whatever. There's so many different ideas that I can think of. But this was the last thing that I had quickly grabbed when we were leaving the first time. That was when my husband got all of his stuff. But I do have one other thing from that particular first trip in there that I want to show you, because it's one of my favorite things, favorite finds of the day. So this is actually the very first thing I found when we went in there. It is some black Chuck Taylors. You guys, I actually, spoiler alert, I ordered some white ones from Poshmark. Like, I got them in a few days ago, but I need to clean them really good, and these will need to be cleaned too. But I really wanted black ones, but I couldn't find ones at my size that I could get for a price I wanted. So those ones I paid like $18. That was with tax and shipping, and I thought that was awesome. And they are in really good shape. They just need a good washing. But these ones were, these are actually half a size smaller. So I tried them because I was like, oh no, they're probably not going to fit, but they totally do. So I was really excited about that. And these were $12.99. $12.99. So I'm going to clean them up, and I am going to be rocking these babies like crazy. I'm so excited now to have a white pair and a black pair. Now I'll just go ahead and show you the other stuff that I got from our second trip into Salvation Army, just to keep it all with the one store. So part of the reason I went back in there is because I was looking for something pink for my almost daughter-in-law's bachelorette party, because the colors we're supposed to wear are black and pink. And I'm like, I don't really have a lot of pink in my wardrobe. And I didn't really want to wear black. It's going to be August, and we're going to be doing like one of those pedal bar kind of things, you know, through the city and stuff. And I'm like, that is going to be hot as heck. I don't want to just wear like an all black outfit. But so I went in to look for something pink, because I didn't find anything when I was at St. Vincent de Paul, and I actually remembered that I should be looking for it. Well, guess what? I didn't find anything when I went back into Salvation Army either, but I did find some other stuff that I wanted. So let me show you. So first off, this is just from Forever 21. But it was $3.99 and half off because it was a green tag. So $2 for this. I loved the colors of it. It's just a very simple, like, cropped cami. I think this is going to be so cute, like, for in these warmer months, but also layered under stuff in the fall and winter, even over top of stuff. So you could put like a really cute, like, blousey, like, white shirt underneath it, and have it be like on top, be like the star of the show kind of thing. Like, so many possibilities. So I was so happy to find this, and I loved the colors. Again, there's that yellow. I'm always drawn to that. I love like this teal color. I mean, just the color combination is just fabulous. I think you can agree, right? Right. I decided to pick up a belt because I don't really have a lot of belts, and I've got a lot of things that I will want to like cinch, and especially for fall and winter, some sweaters and things like that. So I found this one that I just really loved the look of it. So it is brown leather, and it's got kind of this like antique gold kind of looking buckle, and then it's really what is woven through with that brown that I just think is so fun. Like, it's just such a cool, I love the colors, like the blue and burgundy like that and stuff. And so I am excited to be able to use this to spice up some outfits. Oh, and this was $2.99. And that's something I have been loving. I've been wearing in my hair. I've been wearing tied around my neck. Are really cute, like, I'm trying to look for more like vintage type ones, but I've got ones that aren't too, but scarves. And so I found this one, which I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up because it looks like it says Dr. Giovanni, but I don't really know what that is. But I just loved the colors and just the print on it. I think are so pretty. So I thought this is going to be such a pretty one for fall, in my hair, around my neck, whatever. And so I'm excited to have that. And it was $1.99. And then I also picked up this one, which is a super fun color scheme. This is a little bit smaller, and I don't know. This one is 100% silk and is made in Japan. And the tag on it looks, you know, like older. I can't really tell what the name of the brand is. Schlentex? I'm not sure. But anyway, this was also $1.99, and I just loved it. Just has more of like that kind of a retro 70s kind of look to it, and I'm all about that. So I am so happy to have it, and I just love the color scheme. Okay, so this was the second time also that I was in Salvation Army, and I had looked at this particular piece when I was in there the first time and was like, no, you know, whatever. Well, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna grab it. I didn't even try it on, and the reason I didn't grab it in the first place was because the dressing rooms were really like packed, and I was trying to look for jeans, and so that was what I was focusing on more. So I didn't want to bring other stuff in there to try on really. And this is a large, and so I was like, that's gonna be too big for me. But I kept looking at it, and I'm like, okay, it would be pretty easy to cinch in, and I love the colors, and it's brand new with tags, and it is Sag Harbor Petite, which makes me really happy because I'm very petite. And this was $2.99, and so here's the tag over here and the button, extra button. It is just this long skirt. I love the colors. Like, how good is this going to be for fall and winter? Like, to put tights on underneath it for winter, and like boots, like it's going to be so cute. I love the buttons down the front, and they look like, I think they're plastic, but they almost have like a look like they're wood. But I am so excited about this. I just think it's going to be so great to be able to pair with sweaters and stuff, and so good. Okay, now this is another skirt. This is also new with tags. This is a size medium. This is the brand Chandri KC. I don't know. It's made in India. And this was $1.99, but new with tags. And I did end up trying this one on when I went in. And so it is just this has a much heavier weight to it. So I think that will be even extra nice for fall and winter. But I could wear it now in the summer too. It's still breathable enough, I feel like. But just a black and white, but it's just got some different kind of print there to break things up, because I have an all black one that I was actually wearing when I went shopping yesterday. And so I thought this would be really awesome to be able to mix with sweaters, different, you know, graphic tees and blazers and whatever I want to do. So I am excited about it. And then this is the last thing that I got from Salvation Army. This is also new with tags. And this was $12.99, but it was half off because it was a green tag. So I paid $6.50 for this. I had to think for a second there. My math, I'm not a math girl. This actually had been at Marshall's. I can see it says compare at 45, but I don't know what the tag was that they pulled off. But this is a Rachel Zoe, and it is a medium. And first of all, love the colors, the navy and like the tan and white like that. It is like a little more like a lightweight blazer. It does not have buttons to close. It's just meant to be worn open. It's got the pockets down here. It has the already like cinched up for you sleeves, which I love to keep it like bunched up. And it's a longer length. And I did try this on to be sure I would like it. I tried it on over my skirt I had on, which looked really cute. So I'm like, oh, I know I can wear it with skirts like that. But I think it's even gonna look super cute with jeans, or I would love to get something I'm on the lookout for are some like high-waisted trousers, stuff like that to be able to add, you know, to, or wear it with, you know what I'm trying to say. And do you though? Because I don't know what I'm trying to say. But so this is what it looks like. It has a little bit of a shoulder pad, which I think I'm going to cut out because it's kind of a little bit more than I would prefer. But I am so excited to have this. I just think this is going to be such a fun piece to wear in the fall and winter. Okay, so at St. Vincent de Paul, the orange tags were half off. And my husband ended up finding just one thing there. He found a pair of jeans that he paid like $3 something for. So that was a total steal. And I did pretty good in there. I found some really fun pieces. This was actually the very last thing that I found and right before we were heading out the door. It was $9.49 originally, and it was half off. So I was really excited because it's just Merona brand from Target, and it is a little denim dress, but it's a little more like that stretchy kind of denim. It is missing the belt, but I don't care because I already know I'm going to be wearing scarves as belts with this. I'm going to be wearing belts, and so I didn't care about having the belt that it, you know, originally had come with. It was probably just, I don't even know, it might have been just like a, you know, denim kind of belt that tied, which I wouldn't care about that anyway. I'd probably take it off. So this will be much better, but I loved like the pleating on this. Super cute. The little pockets up at the chest. I can wear this with long sleeve shirts under it for fall and winter. The buttons are covered in the same denim fabric. And I put this on. I actually had my skirt and shirt on like underneath this. And over top of my skirt, it actually looked cute layered. So I was like, but it was just a plain black skirt. But I'm like, if I did like a patterned skirt underneath it, it might look cute too. That's just a little bit longer to give like a little more coverage on the legs if it's cold. But also to just add like a pop of color underneath it. Could be super fun. So I was really excited to find that last minute. And this I found on the put back racks. So a tip for you. When you go thrifting, always check the I'm having a hard time saying it. The put back racks that are by like the dressing rooms, because somebody thought that whatever the pieces were on there were cute enough to try on, right? And not everybody's gonna have the same taste as you, obviously, but somebody might, and you might find something real good there. And the other thing about that is, a lot of times people are looking for whatever the sale tags are for that particular day or week or whatever. So a lot of times you'll find a lot of things with the half off tag or whatever percentage that that store might do. So those are some things to definitely check out. So this was on the put back rack, and so I'm excited that whoever tried it on didn't want it because I got it. Okay, so my main objective for the day was to find at least one pair of jeans. And so I did finally end up finding one, even though I also found all this other stuff. But so I was so excited. I ended up getting these in the men's section, and they are Levi Strauss. They are 505s, and these say that they are, how does it say there? 32-30. So the waist does have some room in it, but not a ton. And then my husband's like, there's no way that's 30 length, then that would fit you. So I feel like these are kind of, because I am super short, like 30 inseam, any pants I've ever tried, like women's pants that are 30 inseam, are a heck no. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but whatever. And so this is what they look like. They're just a pair of kind of like that, you know, medium wash denim. They're nice and like soft. They're just a straight leg, and you know, pockets in the front. I go, oh my gosh, these pockets go down so far. And Brian's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, are guys' pants pockets like that? He's like, well, yeah. So I was like laughing because I didn't realize how deep their pockets are. But so I was just really excited to find these. They are in really good shape. I mean, you can tell they've been worn by looking at the label, but they feel amazing, and they're the perfect length for me. So for being under 5'1" and finding a pair of jeans that are a great length like that, I was super thrilled. These were $9.69 and they weren't on sale, but I'm like $10. I was like, oh, they're not on sale. My husband's like, are you really $10 for a pair of jeans when you've been looking all day for jeans? I'm like, okay, you're right. So this next one, I was trying to figure out, when I tried it on, I showed my husband, I was like, okay, is this like old lady or is it like fun? And he's like, I think you can make it fun. And I'm like, you know, and I started rattling off some things that I could pair with it, and he's like, okay, but I think you can do it. And so I was like, okay, why not? It was an orange tag, and it was originally $6.49, so $6.50, and so it was like $3.25. And the brand is Requirements Petite, and at first I almost didn't grab it because it said it's a size 14, and I wear like a 6 or an 8 typically right now. And so I'm like, but I also know that vintage sizes tend to run way smaller. So I'm like, okay. So this, I'm so excited about it because it is like, is it all wool? No. It's 50% acrylic, 30% polyester, and 20% wool. So I was so excited about this. So it's going to be so nice and warm for winter, but it is like a nice long skirt. Again, it's petite, so it fits me like a long skirt should. And it has like these little fringes at the bottom. And I was like, it's got And I was like, no. It's got the little pleat in the back, kick pleat, so it's easy to walk in. And I can picture this with so many things. I have a pair of gray cowboy boots and like a sweater I could put with this and make it cute. There's so many possibilities. I was rattling off all these different things to him, and he's just like, okay, I trust you, but yeah, I think you could make it fun. So that was a fun find. This one, when I saw this color on the rack, I immediately went to it. And same thing, the size, I was like, when I first looked at the tag, because it says extra large, but again, it's vintage. And so when I try, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try it on because it doesn't look that big. This is the brand Corette of California, and it says it's a size 16. And like I said, I wear it like a 6 or an 8. So this is definitely no size 16 like of current day. And this was $6.49. It was not on sale, but I didn't care because when I tried it on, it was so cute. And again, all the things that started running through my mind that I could pair with it, I was like, I have to have this. Seriously, I was so excited. So it is like a wrap skirt. It's not like a wrap skirt. It is a wrap skirt. I always do that. It's got the 2 buttons up here, and it is like a midi length. Oh my gosh. Again, it is, oh no, it's not a petite. I was almost gonna say, again, it's a petite size. No, it's not. But this color, and I love like the weightiness of it for fall and stuff. This is gonna be so gorgeous. I love this color. I have a little string right here I need to snip. But otherwise, like, I am so excited about this. I think it's gonna be so cute. And then when I saw this, I was like, I have to try that on. I have to try that on. Please work, please work, please work. It is so cute on, and I am going to wear the heck out of it. And actually I picture pairing it even like with that skirt and stuff. It's going to be so awesome. Let me do up the buttons real quick. So I'm going to have to do a little research to find out when this was from. It says it's a size 38 on the tag inside. And it also is, the brand is Your Sixth Sense. And let's see. And it is pure wool. You guys. It is this jacket, coat, whatever. I love this color. I own nothing even remotely like this type of a color. I want you to look at the detail up at the collar there. Like how where the fold is, it has this little beading and stitching. Like, are you kidding me? The back is just plain. The front has the 2 pockets down there. And also these buttons. I've got to show you these buttons. Like, are these not so super fun? I was so excited when I put this on, and just like the chain, like to hang from. But I loved that it wasn't like a big fold over collar. It was really comfortable on my neck, because sometimes I don't love that feeling. And it is so cute. I can do it up, I can leave it open and layer it with all sorts of stuff. So I am so excited to be able to wear this. It is so gorgeous. And like I said, I need to look into the brand and that kind of stuff to see when it's kind of from. But I love this so much. I didn't tell you the price. This was an orange tag, so it was half off. It was $10.59 originally. Like, I paid $5.30 for this coat. Like, oh my gosh. The thrill of thrifting, you guys, is so real. Like, I'm not even kidding. I can't even stand to go in any other types of stores anymore, because I'm like, why? And spend a ton of money on stuff that I'm like, eh. And anybody can come in here and pick it up. How many people are going to have this coat like me? Probably no one. And that is so exciting to me. And then the very last thing that I want to show you, also in St. Vincent de Paul, we were putting our stuff on the counter, and I kind of had wandered over and looked at something, and the girl was like, oh, did you want something else? And, or said to my husband, oh, are you done, or is she looking for something else? He's like, no, we're done. And I walked around and I looked in this case. I go, actually, before you finish ringing us up, I'm like, could I see this belt that was in the case? And so she's like, sure. So she came over, and it had a tag, and it was like twist tied up. So I was like, can I undo this so that I can make sure it would fit, you know? And she's like, yeah. So I'm like, I'll be real careful so I don't tear it or anything. So I'm taking it off, and she's like watching me. So I put it around me, and my husband goes, ooh, that's way too big. And I was like, no, because, and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess, like all the holes. It is handmade leather, and it was so cool. And I'm like, oh, that stinks, you know? So I was so bummed. So I put it all back together for her, and she put it back in the case, and we you know, and then I kind of wandered over and she's like, oh, is she still looking again? And he's like, no, she's good. And she's like, you're cutting her off. And he's like, yep, she's done or something, you know. He's totally joking. He wouldn't care. But so we left. We run through the rain and get back to the car and we jump in and we're sitting there and I'm like, oh, I'm so bummed about that belt because it was so cool and, you know, but it just didn't fit, you know, if it only had more holes. And then I just go, okay, how hard is it to put another hole in a leather belt? And he's like, I was kind of actually thinking about that while we were in there. I'm like, why didn't you say that? And he's like, you want to go get the belt, don't you? I'm like, I do. So he drove me back over since it was like pouring rain. And I jumped out and ran in. And the girl was ringing somebody up. And she looked over at me and I'm like, and she goes, did you forget something? I'm like, no, I'm back for the belt. And so she gets out. I started thinking like, wait a minute, how hard would it be to make another hole in the belt? And she's like, no, you're so right. And so let me show you this belt. So something super cool about this belt. So here is the buckle. And then the belt itself has these leaves all the way around. I am a fall girl, like it's nobody's business. And I'm like, this is like this is just fall fabulousness with the leaves, like the theme of it, right? And so I started looking, this is hand-tooled leather and it's made, it looks like Richmond, Indiana. So then the person who did the art on this belt, their name is on here and the year that they did it. And so his name was Al Stolman and the date is 1984. So this belt was beautifully handcrafted in 1984. And I'm going to wear this so proudly because this is such a cool piece to me. Something, when things are handmade and somebody puts so much heart and work into it, I am so amazed. I am not artistic in the least. So I am so inspired by and amazed by people who are artistic. And so when I see something like this that somebody put, you know, all of their time and work into, I just think it's so cool. And so I am super excited to wear this. This was also half off and it was $7.49 and then I got it for half off. And so I am so glad that I went back in there and got that because I told her, I was like, if I don't come back in here and get this belt, that I'm gonna lay in bed at night thinking about it and wishing I had gotten it. And she's like, oh my gosh. And she goes, okay, now you can sleep. I'm like, yep. Because I knew I would regret not getting it because it just caught my eye like crazy when I saw it in the case. So I am just going to be placing another hole in it and making it so it will fit me. And I am so excited to have it and be able to rock it. And I can't wait to hear what piece is your favorite. What do you think of what I got? I feel so inspired and I'm so excited now. I'm always excited for fall and winter to come, but I'm even more excited now because I can't wait to wear all these pieces and be able to layer and do all that kind of fun stuff. But right now I'm gonna go wash those Chuck Taylors because Mama's gonna start wearing those pretty dang quick. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. You're so awesome. And thank you for being on this thrifting journey with me that I am enjoying so much. I hope you are too. And I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.